So you have someone like McGregor who has a massive ego. We know how much, he doesn't take shit. He has the capability of saying fuck you to whoever it is. He's well and truly capable of getting to violence even outside of the octagon. We saw that with the dolly being thrown through the bus. Why now is someone trying to send a message to him by putting a petrol bomb and a pipe bomb at the door of his pub? And I think, to be honest, that there's a potential risk that he's after getting involved in something that is very serious.
The reality is it doesn't make sense that a couple of people just did it for the laugh or because they were disgruntled or something like this. It's well documented that he pals around with people in gangs and all of this kind of stuff. And
I can give a bit more background than that again, because I think people who aren't from Ireland won't understand the story. With the McGregor pub being petrol bomb, there wasn't just petrol bomb. Firstly, there was also a device found at the front door, which is a pipe bomb. And to understand why that might have happened, you have to look back on McGregor's last few years and where he's come from, especially. So he comes from an area in Dublin called Crumlin, and Abs and your family are from this area as well.
They are, yeah.
This area has been rife with a gang feud for the last decade, and a lot of the people that McGregor would have grown up with, been in school with potentially, and even trained with, are involved in this feud. Some of his friends and people that are in his family have been seen to associate with members of something called the Kinahan cartel. So the Kinahans are a family here in Ireland, and they're kind of branded as the cartel, the Irish cartel, because they are the biggest crime organisation in the country. Now, they are from this area that McGregor's from. The history of that feud has been really violent, and it's not the first time either that people within the fight community have got involved. Katie Taylor, the Irish boxer, her dad was shot 6 times because of being involved with the exact same crew that McGregor could be associated with. There's a famous boxer called Jamie Kavanagh, who actually was from the same area, and while he was training out in Marbella in the MTK gym, in a case of mistaken identity, was shot in the leg. The MTK gym is actually owned by a guy called Daniel Kinahan, and he is the son of the cartel leader. So this is how deep into the fight game these people are. So not only are they just from the area and buddies, but they're also actively involved in the fight game. And this guy Daniel Kinahan has been seen with people like Tyson Fury, Darren Till. If you're friends and associates of these people, and these people are involved in a gang feud, of course you're a massive target for someone like McGregor. He's now back around that area. He has a pub in that area. He's seen socialising and partying in that area. And if you have a really big vendetta, imagine you're involved in a feud that maybe your uncle has been killed by these people that he's associating with, or your brother has been killed by the people he's associating with. And life is cheap in Dublin. People have to realise that. Again, if you're not from Ireland, you mightn't understand. This gang feud has taken 20 or 30 lives so far. So people aren't afraid of getting to that level of violence. And for McGregor, I think it's dangerous territory for that reason. He's not just a massive scalp for the other gang to maybe take out, but he's also someone that will potentially provoke it.
Yeah, also I wouldn't be surprised if you saw something come up in the news. That's what's the worrying thing about it. I wouldn't be surprised if I heard something really fucked up happen. And also with these, especially fighters who are famous, actually famous people in general, they always tend to, if they have a big ego and they're wild anyway, they always tend to be palling
Frank
around.
Sinatra was always around the mafia, wasn't he?
Right, yeah, Frank Sinatra and the mafia, yeah. It almost goes hand in hand because there's power between them all. And I think at a certain level, especially when huge ego is involved, money doesn't mean fucking nothing. It's not money, it's power.
We are speculating here and that's it. But again, I challenge anyone to give me another perspective on why there would be a petrol bomb and pipe bomb put around the premises of Conor McGregor, other than potentially very dangerous people wanting to send a message to him or wanting to hurt him.